Welcome everyone to the Dacxi virtual dinner on Wednesday night, the 8th of December 2021. We are very close to the end of the year. There's a lot happening in the world of cryptocurrency and in the world of finance, and of course the social impacts of what's happening now are truly being felt by everyone. So thank you very much for joining tonight. My name's Andrew Squalari. I'll be running through a Dacxi dinner coffee chat tonight, and thank you very much for joining. Got Maria on. Where are you calling in from, Maria?
From Runaway Bay.
Runaway Bay. That's a beautiful spot, Runaway Bay. Very, very nice. Good to see you, Maria. You'll be jumping across the canal in another few weeks, or no, a few days. 14th, isn't it?
On the 16th.
16, that's your birthday, isn't it? Is that correct?
No, my birthday's on the 14th.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, very good. I thought bit a few confusing dates, but no, well done. It's very, very, very exciting, your move across the canal. So I look forward to catching up with you again. So thanks for joining. Got a few more people joining the webinar tonight, but I'm going to kick off. It's now 7 o'clock. I do like to be punctual with my timing so that everyone can see the recording or attend the webinar, and I'm going to kick off now. So I'll do a quick screen share. Of course, this is my daughters, which I truly love. My girls, that's all my girls, my grandchildren included. All good. So thank you very much for joining, everyone. It's an introduction to cryptocurrency. It's a Dacxi virtual Dacxi dinner. So it's normally hosted at a venue somewhere where a group of people interested in cryptocurrency would attend and talk about crypto and understand more about it. So I'm just going to quickly run through what I see is going on in the world right now from my point of view. My name's Andrew Squalari. I'm a digital asset strategist. I'm a Dacxi customer. I do like the Dacxi exchange, and I'm a Dacxi coin hodler. That means that I do hold on to my coins long term. And I'm doing that even though that the market is where the market is right now. I do love my Dacxi coin, and no, I won't be selling them anytime soon. Just a bit of a disclaimer, making sure that tonight you understand that this is not investment, financial, or trading advice or any other sort of advice. You should treat any content in the documents here as educational only. Do your own due diligence, consult your financial advisor and an accountant. It's really important that you do that to make sure that you fully understand the repercussions of making a lot of money, because if you don't get that right advice, you may not be structured correctly to minimize your tax, and you don't want to be donating any more money to the government than you really need to. And the only way you're going to get that great advice is by seeing a financial advisor and an accountant. If your advisor does not have crypto, why would you ask them advice about what you're doing in crypto? We want you to make some money in cryptocurrency. And that's the best way of doing that, by minimizing your tax. So the world has changed, no doubt about that. Things are certainly progressing in a very different direction now than they were 2 years ago. And I don't think that the world's going to change much more. So it's a very, very different world in 2021, end of 2021. I can literally guarantee 2022 is going to be very different to this year. Positive or negative, I don't know. We'll wait till we get there, but there is a lot of changing. But have you changed? Have you changed the way you think about making money? Have you changed the way that you are actually making money? Have you changed your thought pattern about the time you spend generating money? And that's what we're going to go through a bit about tonight. So what are our options? These are the options that we have now. These are our choices that you would talk to an accountant or a financial planner about. Of course, property is the number one. Lots of people say you can make millions in property, but no, we'll talk about that later. You've also got share market, individual shares, bonds, indexes, and stuff like that. You've got precious metals, of course, gold, silver, and platinum being the tops of those. And of course, you've got cash management, which includes your self-managed super fund and any other way that you're having someone else actually take responsibility for you growing your portfolio in money. And the last one, my specialty, the one I love the most, is cryptocurrency. I've been actively involved with cryptocurrency training for over 6 years now. Absolutely loving this space. Every day there's a new day. There's new exciting things happening in cryptocurrency all the time. And I'm here just to help you understand a bit more about what's happening in the world of crypto. So property number one. So literally we're at the top of a 30-year plus cycle. The last time we had a really big reset in property was way back in 1982 when things did get pretty rocky back then, 21% interest for a lot of properties. So we haven't had that since then. Now we're sitting at 0.1% interest. God, it would have been nice to have that back in 1982. But we're at the top of a 30-year plus cycle. So it's well and truly at the top of a cycle. If you were to buy a property now, it's in excess of 25 times someone's wages to buy a property. That means most properties now are very unaffordable to the normal person. You have to do some extraordinary stuff now to actually buy a property. Usually a husband and wife are working 2 full-time jobs and possibly a third as well, just to buy a home. And of course, if you want to get rid of the mortgage insurance, you've got to come up with a 20% deposit. Hey, look, a 20% deposit on $1 million property is $200,000 in cash. I don't know too many people have got that. Of course, if you were to buy an investment property, non-payment of rental income becoming higher, there's a lot more people that are unemployed, a lot more businesses that are going broke. So rental income is becoming a lot more riskier. We're set for a correction where there's monetary policy slows. If you haven't heard about quantitative easing, I'd highly recommend you learn a bit about quantitative easing. While the government is just printing lots of money, it just fluffs up the market, puts it in a big bubble. And when they slow it down, it does pop. And of course, low interest rates of 1%. So normally they either manipulate the interest rate and put more money in the economy, and you do find that property adjusts here and there, but this time it's not really working. And you're unlikely to develop wealth now if you go into property right now. That's just a fact. If you're a millennial, you're under 40, you're looking at developing wealth in property, it is going to be a struggle to do that. The early baby boomers did really well. The late comers and the baby boomers have struggled. And unfortunately, the millennials and younger, they're really going to struggle with the property market over the next 10 to 15 years to develop true wealth in property. Now, share markets are a different matter altogether. Of course, you've got a very, very mature market. So it's very hard to make money in the top of share market without having lots of risk. We have a short-term positive trend, of course, but at the top of the market, the American market's gone through the roof. Every day it's hitting new highs because the Americans are printing more money. That's why there's a lot more money going into there. And of course, it's also leverage trading is also extremely risky if you're going to get involved with share trading. But of course, the negatives, you understand, we're at the top of a trend. We're at the top of a bull market that's been running for years because governments are printing so much money. We're tightening the monetary policy. As soon as the government slows down the money supply into the market, of course, we may pop that bubble. We're definitely prone to manipulation. The big players of the world do play with shares and pump it and dump it and pump it and dump it. And the people that are scared, they usually lose out. And of course, we're in a very unstable global economy now. It's proven fact that many large retail residential bonds and property bonds are failing, not getting paid. So we're set for some really rocky times in that area as well. So that's really having a big negative effect on the economy, as well as coronavirus and not being able to travel, not being able to go to the coffee shops. All that stuff just adds to a very uncertain global economy. So shares may be a bit more risk now than ever before as well. How long would it take you to double your portfolio investing if you were to get involved with shares? 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? That's the question you would ask. How much risk would you take to double your portfolio? Now, precious metals are another area that you can actually develop wealth. Of course, it's a very mature market. It only goes up and down a little bit here and there. Very uncertain trend. We don't know whether it's going up or down, but the trend seems like it's slightly positive, which is great. It's a really safe asset. It's not going to vanish. It's going to be here forever. There's some jewelry consumption, which means there is a demand outside of just storage of your assets. There's some industrial usage, of course, especially with gold and especially silver in medicine and solar electronics with both gold and silver. And of course, the unstable economy may have an effect on precious metals moving forward. They're quite liquid. So if someone wants to sell a lot of precious metals, they can, which means like we experienced last March, in 2020, the market did move quite low in precious metals, but it rebounded quite fast because people do like precious metals as a storage of wealth. Some of the negative is it's really slow. It just does grow really slow. It hasn't really grown much since back in 1982. It's not transactional. You can't really use it for currency anymore. So it really is a storage of wealth and also industrial usage or jewelry consumption. Low usability outside of a store of value. Like I said, it's hard to give someone a piece of silver for any goods or services that they have. And there's an infinite supply. As the price goes up, more mines open up, they ramp up their production, and that does make the market move down again because there's more supply. So supply and demand really does move a lot with precious metals. Now, cash management, of course, superannuation and mutual funds, it's really a good lazy way of giving someone else the responsibility for making wealth for you. But of course, as soon as you give someone your money, they are going to charge. So we've got a long-term positive trend right up until very recently. A lot of the big mutual funds and supers are really struggling to turn a profit now, especially in Australia, because they can't get into crypto. But the property market and share market is very mature, top of the bubble, and they're not really getting the returns like they used to. Yeah, of course, one of the best things is no experience required. You just got to find someone that says they can make you a lot of money, give them money and hope that they do. And it's an easy market to enter, of course, so superannuation. You just allocate someone to look after your super and they do it for you. But there are certainly self-managed super fund options that you can take control of your future and your money and make money using your intuition and knowledge. One of the big problems with cash management is we're at the top of the trend, like I've talked before. Any tightening of monetary policy is going to have a really disastrous effect on those there because they really just focus on shares, very prone to manipulation because of share market and of course the charges they have as well. And we're in an unstable global economy. We don't know whether we're going up, down, left or right. It's one of those things you just got to be aware that we are living in very uncertain times. Someone sneezes over in Asia and the markets have a correction. Now, my specialty is cryptocurrency. I've been involved with the industry for a long time. So we do have a 13-year industry now. So it's becoming more mature, but at the beginning stages of mass adoption. So there's still lots of growth there. Large institutional investors are involved with cryptocurrency, like JP Morgan, Vanderbilt, BlackRock, Fidelity. Large institutions are pouring billions of dollars into cryptocurrency. Global payment providers like Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Alipay, Square are all heavily involved with cryptocurrency payments right now. We've got government adoption. This is a big one. We've got El Salvador and Brazil soon coming out with secondary national currencies called Bitcoin, and lots of other countries are doing that as well. They do need legislation requirements are coming in as well, so making sure that there's some consumer protection coming in. We've got a short-term positive trend right now, but it does go up and down. We're quite volatile, so up, down, but we're always tending to be long-term positive. We have large growing investor community. So everyone is looking at cryptocurrency now as an option for them to quickly develop wealth compared to the other four sectors that I've talked about previously. And of course, you can do leverage trading with cryptocurrency now. There's quite a few EFT opportunities all over the world, and there probably was one in Australia in the very certain times. So some of the negatives about crypto, you wouldn't think that being in a bull market is a negative, but being in a bull market means you are prone to having large corrections. So I don't think there's any bad time to buy cryptocurrency, but you might buy at the high. So you may have to hold on a little bit for that high to be breached for the next cycle. So you will get there. The trend is very positive. A tightening monetary policy also has an effect on our market. More money pouring in from the government, of course, the higher prices. If they slow that down, then prices will slow down on their trend going north. It is prone to manipulation, like all markets. The big players do pump and dump a little bit as well. So that is one of the things that we look at. We had a 16% correction in Bitcoin on the weekend. Hey, we're bouncing back up again now. And of course, unstable global economy. If the whole market tanks like it did last March, cryptocurrency and precious metals dive down with it. The biggest difference is that we rebound faster than all the others. So that's a big positive. So we do rebound faster than precious metals. We certainly rebound a lot faster than the share market or the property market, especially. What should you do? Some action steps. What you need to do is learn before you buy. Be confident, ask lots of questions, watch some YouTubes, get into a learning platform, and the Dacxi has got a learning platform coming out very soon that teaches you all the things you need to know about cryptocurrency. Get back to the person that invited you tonight. Ask some questions of them. If you've got any things that you're not certain about, make sure you get back to that person that invited you, watch the webinar tonight. And of course, ask for guidance where to learn. Where should I go? There's a lot of YouTubers out there that pump their own reputation, they pump their own coin. So you got to make sure that the learning you'll get is has no strings attached to it. Seek clarity when you are uncertain. Don't just wonder what the answer to something is. Ask someone that has more experience in the cryptocurrency space so that you develop confidence and knowledge, and making sure that you have a good coach to help you on your learning journey. Coach is not going to tell you what to buy, when to buy, and how much to buy. That's not their role. Their role is to help you learn, to develop your own intuition. So when you make a decision, you're happy with it, you sleep straight and well in bed at night and not worry about what you're doing in cryptocurrency. And you can only do that through learning a lot about it and developing some financial intuition. Congratulations. If you're going to get involved with crypto, your switch will be very easy and successful. There's some really exciting times happening in the crypto space. Everything is really good in our crypto space. If it wasn't for the real world with precious metals, property and shares really having a very uncertain time, crypto is a very, very exciting space to be playing in. Thank you for being open to learning. Plan for the future, but take action now. For additional information, go to Dacxi.com. There's a good learn area there. Go to the Dacxi Global Facebook page, the Dacxi Global YouTube, and making sure you get back to the person that invited you tonight so that you can understand fully and get involved with cryptocurrency at a level that you are happy and competent with. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.